Well, hello there again, friends. It's been a while. Welcome back to the channel. Grab your cup of coffee and a seat because I'm Paulie and this is Paulie's Power Hour. All right, so it has been a minute. What has been going on? Well, big news, spoiler alert, the Malibu is back, finally. We're going to talk about that in a second, but for the most part, garage is set up kind of the way I want it to be. Got my workbench kind of cleaned off, and this is real big. All those random bolts and stuff, all in little organizer thingies. And I got some heat shrink, I got some vacuum tees and nipple clovers and Dremel stuff, and there's all my carburetor hot rod stuff and parts that I'm still sorting through. Yeah. Oh, that shouldn't be like that. There we go. They kind of act as drawers. Look, I got hose. I got lots of hose. Fabrication table is the same. 6 demon bag down there is the same. Toolbox is more organized, as you saw in my organization video. And yeah, parts washer over yonder. Like I said, the workbench is more or less clean. I can actually work on my workbench. Imagine that. But now, let's fast forward and get to the Malibu. So first thing you'll notice is I did paint this X purple because the engine is still purple. That was wifey's choice, so there it is. Let's pop the hood and see what we have. Ta-da! It looks a lot the same, I admit. It does have a brand new aluminum radiator in, which is exactly the same radiator that came out of it for ease of installation. I did move. This was like jankily bolted right here and just chilling and hanging out in space, and it was bugging the hell out of me. So I moved it here. So now when this comes out, it is all one assembly. Also, you'll notice that I still have my lights. Yay. Well, in the daytime, if I take this to a daytime show, I don't want to have to reach under here, because this is the switch for them when the hood goes down. I don't want to have to keep reaching under here and unplugging things. So what I did was I made a switch. It just chills there. I mean, whatever. It's really there for just turning the lights off during the day. So, boom, lights on, and lights off with the switch, or lights on with that switch. I also fixed a bunch of the wiring for the lights, put a new clamp in there. I bought a bunch of clamps at Rod Run, so I went nuts with dado clamps. So I got this one, this one, this one. So all the wiring is actually like tucked and nice. But the engine. So turn the lights back on. All right, so this is the same engine. It is just now 30 over. This is the number 7 piston. Estás no bueno, or as I like to say, piss. Not ideal. Fixable, but not ideal. So basically what happened is number 2 valve, number 2 intake valve broke, snapped off, and a piece of it, this piece, went through the intake to cylinder number 7, which ended up right there, which collapsed this piston like a flan in a cupboard. Not good. So that's when the motor shut off right before I retired. And I towed the car back here. It's been sitting at the shop while I've been amassing money and figuring out what I'm going to do. So took it to the machine shop, and number 2, so number 7 cylinder was actually perfectly fine, believe it or not. But they found that the number 2 cylinder had a really nasty gouge in it. They took it to 40 over and couldn't get rid of it. So they were like, well, we could go 60. And I said, I really don't want to go more than 30. So we sleeve that cylinder. No big deal. It's a cast iron block. Who cares? So that cylinder is sleeved, punched to 30. All the other cylinders are punched to 30. I've got hyper-eutectic flat top pistons. Compression ratio is right about 10, 10 and a half to 1, closer to 10. I do now have, you can't see them because of my damn catch can, but I do have 243 heads, finally. The other heads, unfortunately, completely destroyed. And even if I could save them, the valve guides were ground all like crooked, so all the valves were all messed up. Jeff at the machine shop said it wasn't even worth trying to put the money into. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, found a set of 243 heads, took them to the machine shop. Jeff worked them for me, and flowing pretty good. Car runs really good. I do have the Texas Speed 229, 242, 243 cam. I'll get the specs and I'll put the specs up on the screen. But it's pretty choppy. I'll probably fire it up here in a second so you can hear it. It sounds really good now. Headers are the same, exhaust is the same, injectors are the same. I did add a Motion Raceworks steam port kit. Finally, I got one of those, so all 4 corners of the steam ports are vented. Like I said, of course, it's still purple. Everything else is painted and clear coated and nice, and yeah, I mean, it's an LS. It is what it is. It's an LS that fits in here perfectly. Yeah, I'm not trying to hide it. When you pop the hood, it does kind of look a little crazy with the wires and the harnesses and everything going everywhere, but you know me and wiring. So yeah, but things that are coming next for this, the inside, like I said, everything else is pretty much the same. So those gauges still need to move. It's bugging the heck out of me that they're there. Short notice for the show. I'm sure that was a great idea. And it is. It works. You know, it's a nice plate and everything. But I don't like looking to the middle of the car for the gauges. So I found Dixie Restoration Depot has a really nice 5 or 6 gauge thing that replaces my rectangular odometer or speedometer. So I'm going to put that in there, put the gauges in there, and then the vents go back in here because Tony Angelo gave me the vents when I got the car. But like I said, pretty much exactly the same inside. 5-speed, drift brake, bench seat, sketchy. Out back, it's still the same. And yeah, let me fire this thing up here so you can hear it. There we have it. That is the song of my people. I love that sound. Sounds pretty good. 2.5-inch exhaust. I am putting cutouts on it. I've decided. You cannot change my mind. There will be cutouts on this thing. And it's going to be raunchy. And I can't wait. We did go to Turkey Rod Run, by the way, like I mentioned. Somewhere. Ah, here it is. We had a little plaque made. They took our picture. And we pulled in the speedway. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's the Malibu. And of course, next thing is parking brake. I'm sick of carrying a wheel chock around and having to chock the wheels every time I park on an incline. It's annoying. So there it is. There she is. She runs, she drives, she's great, she's beautiful. I'm working on tuning. I will be reaching out to a tuner here shortly once I'm comfortable with everything, and yeah. In case you're wondering, you have seen Kit outside. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot for me to do to him right now. I mean, I've been working on him for years and he's pretty much perfect the way I want him to be. Really, the only thing wrong with the car is the loose nut behind the wheel. This guy. What I will be adding soon, and we're going to be doing a whole video about this, is this plug? Oh, what's this plug for, Paulie, you might ask? Well, it is a 2-prong, if I can open it. It is a 2-prong weatherproof trailer type plug. And what I'm going to do with it is, I have one of these battery tenders, which we're going to talk about. And what I want to do is, since I have this remove before flight tag, this unplugs and will plug into here. This will be mounted in Kit's bumper, and that way I can just pull Kit in. This is his room, he lives here, so pull him right in. Boom, if I'm not going to drive him for a week or two, I plug him in. Boop, let the battery tender do its thing. Because there's a lot of electronics, stereo, and all that crap in there that I want to keep alive. So that's going to be next. And then I'm also going to make one for this because I also have a NoCo Genius charger over there in my little cart. And it uses, I'm pretty sure, the same plug. Something similar to it. No, it uses a different, it uses a proprietary plug. But I might get one of those and mount it in the car, in the Malibu, so that way I can, you know, plug it in. Or I'll just get another one of those and put it on a plate under the bumper so I can plug that in. If, you know, Kit and I go away somewhere and the Malibu stays in the garage, boop, plug it in. I guess I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. The next video you see is probably gonna be some found footage. Don't ask, it's a long story. But a couple videos, Mazda, some other things. But yeah, but the next thing you see for this, well, Kit's going to Cars and Coffee this weekend, or well, Caffeine and Octane, whatever. So I might record that. I don't know. I've been saying I'm going to do it for years, and I just never do. I really need to get off my butt and do it. So I'm gonna. It's just going to happen. I'm doing it. You're going to see a Caffeine and Octane video with Kit and me and I. Kit and I. Me and Kit. And then, I don't know what the next thing I'm taking the Malibu to is, but we'll figure that out. So, yep. Look forward to that. Malibu, you'll see, I'll be doing the parking brake on. Figuring that out, because I bought cables that might fit, might not fit. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out. And Kit's gonna get the plug. And yep, here's a mess. Getting a haircut on Friday. So, that's it. Get your cup of coffee, have a drink, enjoy yourselves. You guys keep it between the ditches. Oh, damn, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. I'm close to 1,000 subscribers, so when that happens, I'm going to do a burnout. I'll probably post a poll on Instagram which car you want to see do a burnout, Kit or the Malibu, and we'll do a little burnout for 1,000 subscribers. We're close. We're almost there. Who'd have thunk? Paulie's Power Hour 2023. Almost 1,000 subscribers. Amazing. So, that being said, you guys keep it between the ditches and you come back and see.